Steuben County residents take great pride in the precious natural resources our area has to offer, but we're not all conservation experts. That's where soil and water conservation districts come in. These local units of government collaborate with landowners each day to help protect our land and water, from our farms, forests, and cities to our beautiful lakes and rivers. Soil and water conservation districts offer technical expertise and financial assistance to preserve Indiana's natural resources for generations to come. So why do we have soil and water conservation districts? The Soil Conservation Service, now known as the Natural Resources Conservation Service, started with an emergency act of Congress due to the 1930s Dust Bowl. The Natural Resources Conservation Service developed practices to prevent erosion, but many farmers were not applying these newly developed practices because of federal government distrust. They were afraid of being forced into giving up their rights or land. From this, the concept of creating local agencies to assist the federal government in promoting and implementing conservation was born. In 1937, President Franklin D. Roosevelt wrote the governors of all states recommending legislation that would allow local landowners to form soil conservation districts. In Indiana, the General Assembly created soil and water conservation districts in 1940 to protect the state's soil and water resources. The Steuben County District was created in 1948. The Steuben County Soil and Water Conservation District has 2 employees, an administrative coordinator and a resource conservationist. The official governing body of the Soil and Water Conservation District consists of a board of 5 supervisors. 3 of the supervisors are elected and 2 are appointed. As public officials, supervisors are required to subscribe to a standard public oath of office by which they commit to supporting the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Indiana. Steuben County Soil and Water Conservation District Board Supervisors are all volunteers. We are an active partner in the Indiana Conservation Partnership, which is comprised of the Indiana Association of Soil and Water Conservation Districts and their 92 member districts, the Indiana Department of Environmental Management, the Indiana Department of Natural Resources, the Indiana State Department of Agriculture, the Purdue Cooperative Extension Service, the State Soil Conservation Board, the USDA's Farm Service Agency, and the USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service. We work hand in hand with these agencies that share the common goal of providing technical, financial, and educational assistance needed to implement economically and environmentally compatible land and water stewardship decisions and practices. Our other key partners include Steuben County Government, the City of Angola, and other nonprofit organizations. Our district's mission is to provide leadership and assistance in the proper use and management of soil, water, and related natural resources in the county. All land is part of a watershed, which is a land area that drains into a stream or river. This includes all ground and surface water, soils, vegetation, animals, and human activities within this area. Steuben County is divided into 2 main watersheds, the St. Joseph River West that drains into Lake Michigan, and the St. Joseph River East that drains into Lake Erie. These watersheds are divided further into smaller regional watersheds, which can then be divided into still smaller local watersheds. Watersheds have no physical, social, or political boundaries. The Soil and Water Conservation District uses the watershed approach as we strive to help farmers and landowners put conservation practices on the ground. The watershed approach is a coordinating framework for environmental management that focuses public and private sector efforts to address the highest priority problems within each watershed.
The great thing about the Steuben County Soil and Water Conservation District is that we partner with landowners, government agencies, and organizations that really have a desire to make local water quality better. We are the interface between local, state, and federal initiatives and the producer or landowner.
Some of those initiatives include federal, state, and local grant funding. The Steuben County Soil and Water Conservation District also offers a district cost share program. These programs help fund projects for best management practices that help reduce sediment and nutrient runoff coming from agricultural fields. The sediment can carry excess fertilizer or pesticides and herbicides. Another benefit of these practices is that they may enhance or improve wildlife habitat. Some of the practices include grassed waterways, filter strips, pasture plantings, tree plantings, windbreaks, wildlife habitat plantings or conservation cover, and cover crops. The Steuben County Soil and Water Conservation District and its partners also play an important role in educating future generations and advocating for the use of additional best management practices. As world population and food production demands rise, keeping our soil healthy and productive is of paramount importance. By farming or gardening using the 4 soil health principles and systems that include no-till, cover cropping, and diverse rotations, more and more producers are improving their soil's organic matter and increasing microbial activity. As a result, farmers are sequestering more carbon, increasing water infiltration, and enhancing wildlife and pollinator habitat, all while harvesting better profits and often better yields. But the Steuben County Soil and Water Conservation District is not just for farmers or rural landowners. We also assist residents and businesses in urban areas with technical assistance and cost share assistance when available. Maintaining healthy soils, reducing nutrient loadings, and improving water quality are all resource concerns that are present in the urban setting as well. You can see projects throughout the county such as rain gardens, filter strips, pollinator plantings, and rain barrels. You're not in it alone. The Steuben County Soil and Water Conservation District is here to assist you when you need it.